So this video, it's a little bit harsh, but it's pretty important. It's the psychology of evil or insanity. You know, there's a deep mysticism, and one of the lines of it is that the essence of insanity is evil. So every single person is born normal. If we define, definitions are very important because when you have a definition, what happens is you can grasp the subject at hand. Without a definition, you can't, it's like, try to flush the toilet if there's no handle. The mechanism might be there, but you have no handle on the mechanism. And the same thing is that once you understand the terminologies, you understand exactly what is sanity, what is insanity, what is normal, what is abnormal, what is good, what is evil, then you can already identify it, you can deal with it. So let's start off with a human being as they're born, and they're born normal. So what that means is they're born with a sense of respect, a sense that they have a self-love and a love for others. Now, obviously that develops, but the basic notion of the importance of the value of themselves, of the value of others that are like themselves, the value of life, or the value of compassion. These are inborn, they come with the soul. We have data on this. This is a natural reality. So anything that distorts that image of the preciousness, of the value, both of self and of others, is a distortion. And the reason for that distortion is always evil. Now, there are three reasons evil occurs. The first is it's induced. So a person has a healthy self-image, it has a sense of value, and then somebody else is jealous, somebody else who it's been taken away from them, they're jealous of that self-esteem. That's really the reason behind anti-Semitism. What do people care? I mean, this tiny nation, what do they care? Such hatred, because they're jealous of the self-esteem that the Jewish people have. Then you have another reality, and that reality is that a person who themselves now feels kind of devalued, worthless, shameful. That's a terrible feeling. I've had it once in my life. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. So then, in fact, the Arabs have it. That's why they have a lot of sadism and jealousy. But then they become basically with a desire to make other people feel the same way. Why? Because part of us has a deep need for things to be fair. We all have an ego. And this is very deep stuff. Now, each one of our egos can handle being higher than someone else. If I say, I'm going to make you the CEO of the company, how will you feel? Feel pretty good. No problem being higher. What if I say, I'm going to make you the janitor of the company? You don't feel so good anymore. You don't like being lower. Let's say I'm going to make you, I don't know, a regular person, management or regular job. Okay, I'm equal. So you see, the ego can handle being higher, can handle being equal, but can't handle being lower. So when I feel lower than you and I feel it's unjustified, for example, one of the 10 commandments is don't be jealous. And one of the great sages, they explain, how do you not be jealous? So they explain, are you jealous? Let's say there's a prince, I don't know. Today we don't really have a good handle on what that is, but certainly in the olden days there were more princes and princesses. They would marry each other. So let's say the prince, I don't know, of England marries the princess of, I don't know, Austria. So am I jealous? No. Why? Because I'm not a prince. I don't have a chance. But let's say there's a friend of mine married a beautiful woman. It's possible to be jealous. Why? Because I had a chance. She wasn't a princess. In other words, we're capable of being jealous when we think that we are on the same footing. So if our ego tells us that's actually why the Arabs hate the Jews, or some of them, I should say. because the Arabs, in fact, are brothers. Yishmael was a brother to Yitzchak, and then Yishmael got kicked out, so he got jealous. You can understand that. So again, I'm not trying to offend any Arabs, and if you are offended, it's obviously true, because that's the only reason why it would hurt. But the point is, and as a former PLO terrorist, said this is what God wanted. That's obvious. If we believe in God, He wanted there to be Jews, He wanted there to be Arabs. We all have different roles, different functions. We complement each other. We're here to help each other. But the bottom line is that so when your ego is on the same level, then you feel it's unfair. And that's where jealousy comes in. And jealousy is unfair, so then you have to make it fair again. You're righteous now. So it's a subconscious lie, because your job is to be grateful for the blessings you have, not to think that you're entitled, to think that you're not entitled. Everything you have is a blessing, and if you wake up in the morning and you thank God for your blessings, you're always thanking God. So it takes away the jealousy, and the jealousy is that source of hatred. So in conclusion, we have to be normal. Everybody's born normal. We're not born jealous, but we have the capacity both to be shamed, and then to be jealous of those people that don't feel the shame, and then to want to shame them. So we have to know beyond a shadow of a doubt, without a single shadow, anytime we are criticizing another person, we're shaming them, that is only out of evil. It is never out of love, which is obvious. Love never criticizes, and criticism is always hate.